Jesus, after that low of the Jessica Jones review, what am I reviewing today? Well, that's a great show to review when I'm at my lowest. I'm gonna do my top 10 episodes of BojackHorseman. Let's begin with the intro. So guys, before we even begin with the review, let's begin with the opening. Okay, the opening, as you can see, it's like showing us the Hollywood setting. It's how it's getting us into BoJack's Horseman's frame of mind. It's like he's going through the day, he's taking in all Hollywood esque-ness of it all, and it's just it's fantastic opening of being drowned under the water and sorrow that is Hollywood. And you can see he's getting more and more messed up, and then he lands in the water back when he was clean before he drank. He can't breathe. He is BojackHorseman. That is a fantastic opening scene. Did I see it? Yeah. Okay. It's a little. Is there a way for it not? Okay. Yeah. There you go. Well, that's the opening, guys. Before I began watching this show, I saw it was nothing. I thought it was another Family Guy, action without consequences, a kid's show at best. I thought there was no way I can relate to him, but I got into the show. It got the points out the bad in all of us might not like to admit that we all have. It does great animal jokes. More than that, yes, it could write really well characterized Hollywood characters. Ones that are washed up, has-beens. This show got me the question, what am I becoming? I was thinking later why the show hit me hard and why it's my top 10. And I'm gonna say my top 10 favorite episodes, but I'm gonna get to that. Number 10. BojackHorseman, The BojackHorseman Show, Chapter 1, Episode 1. The pilot is a great episode of this show that serves expectations and divides us and surprises us like Futurama did, or Rick and Morty does today. They got some good points in this episode. It works well in its mediocrity of the show to make this episode work in an amazing way. It shows with BojackHorseman having anxiety just by doing mere nothing. It sets up a hardcore stuff. Number 9, Zoe's and Zelda's. It's a great, episode 2. It's a great episode to flesh out all the characters in the show. It lets the foreground for the horsing around jokes, which will be a running gag in this show, and builds upon Mr. Peanut Butter and BojackHorseman, which will later on lead to a greater argument later on. I could have put the telescope as my number 9. It's been talked about so much, I had to put something else. Number 8. Season 3, Episode 3, Bojack Kills. We see one of the many repercussions of Bojack's early life that's a figurative device and a literal device. Bojack being like a drug, giving people amazing highs and crushing lows, with this episode fleshing out and will foreshadow other characters' later death. It's one of the best episodes that shines in its more mediocrity but still great points within its episode. Number 7, Season 3, Episode 10, It's You. We see Bojack at his worst, and in a different way. A side character which Bojack seems to screw up most of his life, Todd, who is the voice actor from Breaking Bad, Aaron Paul, sleeps with Todd's ex, and Bojack traps him and saves him in many different ways in many different episodes. Bojack and Todd come to a melting point in this episode, and Bojack finally learns the harsh truth within himself that he is messed up. Number 6, Fish Out of Water, Season 3, Episode 4. We see Bojack deal with the guilt of his prior events. Besides the point that this episode greatly homages silent film era of film history, this episode captures a different side of the film culture. I'd argue it represents the anime fans or my friends type of fandom. Me, on the other hand, I enjoy this because it's an episode without dialogue. This episode is a divine, great episode to watch. We see Bojack try. Number 5, Let's Find Out, Season 2, Episode 8. I think it's the episode where Mr. Peanut Butter gets most fleshed out in the show, and he's most three-dimensional. The jokes are the best in this episode. With Phoebe from Friends, I know she has a different name in the show, Bojack's upbeat girlfriend, we see Bojack just long for her to simply be happy and envy Mr. Peanut Butter and tells him what he takes for granted. And Harry Potter is a douche in this episode, and he acts as if he's above BojackHorseman and pays off with a really funny joke. Number 4, Season 3, Episode 12, That Went Wrong. This episode deals with the direct repercussions of all the characters' death, and we see Bojack retreat to what he's done best, to horsing around. Then one of the kids in this episode says to Bojack, "I want to be just like you," to Bojack Horseman. Bojack fears him repeating himself again. He runs away, driving away, building upon prior episodes, and then we hear the great music from Nina Simone from 1976. Stars, they come and go, people lust for fame, like athletes. Number 3, Season 1, Episode 11, Downer Ending. We see Bojack hit rock bottom. After 2 episodes prior building up to it, Bojack gets down and goes on a drug-filled bender. We see him exploration of what he wants, of what his wonderful life would be, or simple life, how he longs for a simple life. This episode even homages some of the classic TV show cartoons with how the girl he likes is like in an awesome drug trip. We see him at his worst. Number 2, One Trick Pony, Season 1, Episode 10. This episode, Bojack gets to take an honest reflection on himself. Diana writes his biopic, and he sees all his warts and all his flaws of himself. With the hard-hitting title of the episode, we see him in denial, and the reason this isn't number 1 is because of the different great explorations of this great series in this episode. The episode leads to his downfall, like Greek tragedy. Number 1, Brand New Couch, Season 2, Episode 1. Fave to me, this episode in the series, we see the character Bojack try to change, try to be better as side plots ensue. We see him try to be positive, work out himself, delve into his dreams, try to be an upbeat Bojack. We see in this episode, save for the telescope, though, his mother says something so brutal to him that cuts to the core of him, that breaks him, and he realizes he can't be fixed. He's just born broken. And this series hit me hard because I've made a lot of mistakes with friends, family, exes, lovers, and half the time I feel like I'm the bad guy and I never know if I'm doing right or I'm doing wrong. I'm just trying to make everyone happy, even with this YouTube video itself or schoolwork, and the expectations that I'm held at and what's against me, and how I try to date, and how it all just goes to shit, and everything blows up in my face because I have things that I own. People just expect me to be happy all the time, and a happy dad character, like a cartoon character of the Looney Tunes, and it's not me. And this show hit me hard because when I saw it, it showed me my human, well, a lot of shows show human flaws, but it showed a lot of the bad sides I may have in me that I can't run from, that maybe I just always try to run from. And that's why it hit me hard, this show, BoJack Horseman. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button down below. If you guys enjoyed this top 10, tell me you did. If you didn't, tell me you didn't. On Blu-ray